For months, Hollywood had been on fire with speculation. Dakota Johnson, the enigmatic star with a sharp wit and soulful eyes, had been photographed one too many times with Scotland's own Sam Heughan. They weren't intimate pictures, nothing scandalous, nothing undeniable. Just enough, the lingering glance at a film premiere, the arm linked casually as they exited a London restaurant, the laughter caught by paparazzi lenses in New York. And in the absence of truth, the rumors grew like wildfire. Were they a secret couple? Were they working on a film together? Was Dakota finally moving on from her famously complicated private life, and was Sam the man who had captured her? Entertainment headlines screamed speculation daily. Ideographic period, Dakota and Sam, the secret romance of the year. Johnson spotted again with Heughan. Is it more than friendship? Ideographic period, Outlander star and Hollywood darling, the new power couple. Sam said nothing. Dakota said nothing. Their silence only made the mystery grow stronger. Behind the scenes, however, silence was exhausting. For Sam, every press event became a minefield. He'd sit in interviews meant to discuss his latest project, a gritty action film shot in Prague, and inevitably, the question came, and what about Dakota Johnson? Are the rumors true? He would laugh it off, redirect, hide behind charm. But inside, he was boiling. His career had always been about craft, about characters. Now it was being reduced to gossip about his private life. Dakota felt the same. Her world was already suffocating with tabloids dissecting her family, her romances, her choices. The rumor mill with Sam added fuel to a fire she had no interest in feeding. And yet, she couldn't deny it. She liked him, not in the way the headlines screamed, not the fairy tale romance people projected, but she liked him. He was kind, disarmingly funny, refreshingly real in an industry of masks. But liking someone and being dragged into a circus with them were two very different things. The breaking point came at a charity gala in London. Sam had been invited as a special guest, Dakota too, and though they arrived separately, the cameras caught them together once again. Inside the ballroom, they were seated near each other, and laughter flowed easily between them. Nothing romantic, just two people enjoying each other's company. But outside, the headlines wrote themselves before the night was over. Ideographic period, Dakota Johnson and Sam Heughan, caught again, this time at gala together. By morning, the internet was ablaze. Fans analyzed every smile, every touch, every second of footage. Twitter exploded with hashtags, hashtag Dakota and Sam, hashtag new Hollywood couple, hashtag Heughan Johnson. Sam's phone buzzed relentlessly. Agents, friends, even his mother back in Scotland, all asking the same question, is it true? Finally, Sam had enough. In the quiet of his London flat, he opened his laptop, scrolled through the endless headlines, the manipulated paparazzi shots, the false narratives. His jaw tightened. For the first time in his career, Sam Heughan decided he would break his silence. He would speak out, clearly and publicly. No spin, no PR filter, no coy laughter to dodge the question. The world wanted an answer. They were going to get it. The announcement came suddenly. Sam Heughan would address the rumors in a televised interview, not just a fluffy late-night chat, but a sit-down conversation with one of Britain's most respected journalists. Tickets were impossible to get. Networks scrambled for exclusivity. The air was electric. Would Sam confirm the love story, deny it, or reveal something no one saw coming? Dakota, meanwhile, found herself pacing her Los Angeles kitchen the night before the broadcast. She hadn't asked him to do this. She hadn't been warned. What would he say? Would her name be dragged into an even larger storm? The thought made her stomach twist. Because no matter what Sam said, the narrative would change forever. And when the lights came up in the London studio, and Sam Heughan sat across from the journalist, the entire world leaned closer to their screens. No more rumors, the host began. Tonight, Sam Heughan breaks his silence about Dakota Johnson. The camera zoomed in on his face, calm but resolute. Sam took a deep breath. It's time the truth is told. The studio lights burned brighter than usual. Sam Heughan sat still, every muscle in his body tensed with the weight of expectation. The journalist across from him leaned forward, eyes sharp, the entire production team aware that tonight's words could dominate headlines across the globe. Sam, the journalist began carefully, for weeks, months even, the world has speculated about your relationship with Dakota Johnson. Are the two of you more than friends? Sam inhaled deeply. The silence stretched, each second louder than the last. He could already picture the fans on social media, fingers hovering over keyboards, waiting for his response. Finally, he spoke. Dakota Johnson is one of the most remarkable people I've ever met, he said slowly, deliberately. She is witty, grounded, and endlessly kind. But the truth is, he paused, his jaw tightening. We are not in love. A ripple of shock moved through the studio audience. The journalist's eyebrows shot up. Cameras zoomed closer. Not in love? The journalist pressed. Then what is the connection between you two? Because surely you understand why so many people believe otherwise. Sam nodded. Of course. People see a few photos, a few moments of us laughing, and they want to create a story. But the reality is much simpler. Dakota is my friend. She has been a confidant in this industry, someone I respect deeply. But the constant narrative that we're secretly a couple, it's exhausting. And it's not fair to either of us. Across the ocean in Los Angeles, Dakota Johnson sat on her sofa, remote clutched tightly in her hand. She had planned not to watch, but curiosity and fear had won. Now, hearing Sam's words, she felt a complicated mix of relief and unease. Relief, because he hadn't twisted their connection into something it wasn't. But unease, because she knew the world wouldn't take his words at face value. They never did. Her phone vibrated non-stop. Messages from friends, colleagues, even her agent. Did you see it? He said you're just friends. That's going to make even bigger headlines. She sighed. The circus was only beginning. Back in the studio, the journalist wasn't finished. But Sam, he said, voice sharpened, if it's only friendship, why not clear this up sooner? Why let rumors swirl until now? Sam leaned back in his chair, a flicker of vulnerability in his expression. Because I thought silence would protect us. I thought if we ignored it, people would move on. But I was wrong. The more we stayed quiet, the louder the rumors grew. And honestly, it started to hurt. Not just me, but her. His voice dropped, softer now. Dakota deserves her privacy. She doesn't deserve to have every smile dissected, every interaction turned into a headline. She deserves peace. The studio audience was silent. The journalist hesitated, clearly caught off guard by Sam's raw honesty. And then came the twist. Let me be clear, Sam continued, locking eyes with the camera. I'm not in love with Dakota Johnson. But that doesn't mean there isn't truth in these stories. The truth is, we both carry a bond, something deeper than the tabloids will ever understand. Not romance, not scandal, something else entirely. The audience stirred, murmurs buzzing like static. What do you mean by that? The journalist asked quickly, sensing the moment. Sam's lips pressed into a thin line. He seemed to debate with himself, as though weighing whether to expose something even more personal. Finally, he said, when you're in this industry, it's rare to find someone you can truly trust. Someone who understands without judgment, who listens without agenda. Dakota has been that person for me. She knows things about my life I've never shared with anyone else. And I know things about hers. We've carried each other through storms the public will never see. He paused, his voice trembling just slightly. So no, it's not love in the way people imagine. But in another sense, it's even stronger. The words hit Dakota like a wave. Sitting alone in her living room, she felt her chest tighten. He had said it. He had spoken the truth she had always known but never dared admit out loud, that what they shared wasn't romance, but a lifeline. And yet, she also knew what would happen next. The headlines wouldn't capture the nuance. They never did. They would twist his words, magnify them, reduce them to something sensational. Already, on Twitter, clips from the interview were circulating. Ideographic period, Sam Heughan, Dakota knows my deepest secrets. Not love, but something stronger. Heughan hints at secret bond. Ideographic period, Sam and Dakota's relationship revealed. Hollywood in shock. By the time the interview ended, Sam had poured out his heart, drawing a firm line against the gossip but leaving enough mystery to ignite even more speculation. The next morning, the world woke up divided. Some fans applauded his honesty. Finally, he's shutting down the rumors with respect. Others weren't convinced. Come on, you don't call something stronger than love if you're just friends. Tabloids ran wild. Sam confesses, deeper than love with Dakota. Sam tried to ignore the noise, but the weight in his chest didn't ease. For all his effort, had he actually made things worse? In Los Angeles, Dakota finally called him. Sam, she said as soon as he answered. Her voice was calm but carried an edge of exhaustion. What have you done? There was a pause. Then Sam exhaled. I told the truth. Her silence on the other end spoke volumes.